Yes, next problem. Discuss convergence or divergence of or divergence of sigma n from n equal to 1 to infinity. In the previous class we proceed some problems, no? It's continuation, now we are going to do. No? Discuss convergence or divergence of sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity, no? Right? Approach is same like no? Previous questions. No? Let sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is equal to sigma n from n equal to 1 to infinity, right? This implies un is what ma? N. From this you can write u1. u1 is what ma? 1. u2 is what ma? 2. u3 is what ma? 3, etc. Right? Now let us take Sn be nth partial sum of given series ma. Let Sn be the nth partial sum of sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity. This implies Sn is equal to u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on plus un. Then this is what ma? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on plus n. You know, in your lower classes, high school level, ma, sum of beginning positive n terms, ma, starting positive n terms, ma, sum of n natural numbers, sum of n natural numbers, ma, 1 plus 2 plus 3 so on. Is it n into n plus 1 by 2 or not? Perfectly. This is your Sn, ma, simplified Sn. Now find limit Sn as n tends to infinity. Ma. As n tends to infinity, this n into n plus 1 by 2 also tending to infinity or not? Directly I am writing. I mean limit of this is what ma? Infinity. So that what about given series ma? Is it divergent or not? Therefore sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is divergent. This is about your question, first question, right? Next one, in the same model, discuss convergence or divergence of sigma n square from n equal to 1 to infinity. Same model. That's why not removing the steps, starting steps. Discuss convergence or divergence of sigma n square from n equal to 1 to infinity. Let us take your sigma un as n square. Un is what ma? N square. Then here 1 square is 1. Here it is 2 square. u3 is 3 square. u2 is 2 square, etc. ma. Take Sn be the nth partial sum of sigma un ma. Then Sn is this ma. Then what about here ma? 1 plus 2 plus 3 square plus so on plus n square ma. Right? Here again, you know this 1, 2 square, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, so on n square. Sum of starting square of natural numbers ma. It is what ma? N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 whole by 6. This you know in your lower classes ma. Right? Again find limit of it ma. This implies limit Sn as n tends to infinity find ma. As n tends to infinity, this total thing also what ma? Tending to infinity directly. Now we say given series is what ma? Sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is divergent. These are few basic problems in this infinite series ma. Like this you can do number of questions ma. But in further stages, after defining some tests ma, directly you can decide your given series is convergent or divergent without proceeding this special work ma. What is that? In further stages we can see. But before that, let us see some theorems here ma. Before starting your tests, let us go through some theorems ma. Now I am going to proceed. Theorem number 1. Show that an infinite series sigma un minus un plus 1 un minus un plus 1 is convergent if and only if sequence un is convergent. This is series and this is sequence. Lot of difference is there in between them, right? What is that statement, ma? Show that an infinite series sigma un minus un plus 1 is convergent if and only if sequence un is convergent, ma, right? That means whenever this series is convergent, ma, this sequence un is convergent. If you can form a sequence according to this first term, ma, sequence, that sequence is also convergent, ma. In the similar way, whenever sequence un is convergent, ma, let us form a series according to sequence un minus un plus 1. Here Sn is what, ma? Un minus un plus 1, ma, right? I mean, sorry, here capital Un is what, ma? Un minus un plus 1, ma. Un is nth term of this sequence and un plus 1 is what, ma? After nth term, next term is what, ma? Un plus 1. For those two terms, take subtraction, ma, and proceed it as nth term of your given series, ma. Whenever this sequence is convergent, this series is also convergent. That theoretically we have to show, ma. Anyhow, here two conditions available, ma. If part and only if part, ma, right? Necessary condition, sufficient condition. Or in the proof, ma, I want to do if part as case number 1 and only if part I am going to do as case number 2, ma. Let us go for case number 1, ma, if part. What is that statement, ma? If this series is convergent, we have to show this sequence is also convergent. In the similar way, if this sequence is convergent, let us show this series is also convergent, ma. Any order you can prefer, ma. Here I want to prefer your only if condition as case 1, if condition as case 2. That is the convenient work for me, ma. I mean, this implies this first show, ma, then show this implies this, ma, right? Anyway you can do, no problem at all. Case 1 I am doing as necessary part, I mean sufficient part, ma, sorry. If sequence un is convergent, then we have to show that infinite series sigma un minus un plus 1 is convergent, right? First take your given condition here. This is given condition, na? Given that this sequence un is convergent. Convergent means what, ma? It should be converges to some point, na? For our convenience we are taking it is converges to L. Understood or not? Don't misunderstand. Nowhere in the statement L is there. But whenever one sequence is convergent, it should be converges to some point, na? Intakundu problem chesina convergence ayindante edo real number ni converge avutundi kada. Here that real number we taken as L, ma. Simply convergent means it should converge to some real number, let it be L, ma, right? But whenever sequence un is converges to L, ma, limit of un is what, ma? L or not? I mean, this implies we say limit un as n tends to infinity is equal to L according to your sequence concept, ma. అక్కడ మనం Sn తీసుకుంటాం. If sequence Sn is converges to L, ma, then limit Sn as n tends to infinity is L. Instead of Sn we have what here, ma? Un. If sequence un is converges to L, then limit un as n tends to infinity is what, ma? L. Keep this result aside, ma. You can now come on to required condition. We have to show this infinite series is convergent, ma. But when do you say this is convergent, ma? For this infinite series, ma, let us define nth partial sum Sn, ma. If limit Sn as n tends to infinity can exist, ma, you say this series is convergent, ma. Understood or not? For that, in the next step, first I want to define nth partial sum of this series, ma. Sigma un from n equal to sigma un minus un plus 1 from n equal to 1 to infinity, ma, right? Let Sn be the nth partial sum of sigma un minus un plus 1. From this directly I am going to write Sn. This implies Sn equal to first term is what, ma? U1 minus un plus 1, na? It is u1 minus u2. Next term is what ma? u2, n equal to 2 take here ma, u2 minus u3. Understood or not? Directly I am writing ma. Basically this is capital U1 plus capital U2 plus 1 plus capital UN, where capital UN is what ma? Small un minus un plus 1. Like that you can proceed if you can have any difficulty here. Plus so on. Last term is what here ma? un minus un plus 1. Any problem here ma? If you can take Sn is nth partial sum of this ma, then Sn should be this ma. Here minus u2 plus u2 minus u3 plus u3 plus un before minus un gets cancelled. Then what is simplified Sn here ma? Here Sn simplified result is u1 minus un plus 1. u1 minus un plus 1, that is your Sn ma. Right? Now let us go for limit of it ma. This is simplified Sn ma. Now find limit of it ma. This for my convenience I am taking 2, because in case 2 I want to use this 2 directly. I want to do again, no need to do this work again ma. If you can mention 2, then you get this directly. That's why I am taking 2 ma. In the material I was not given 2 ma, right? Yes, for our convenience only we taken 2 ma. Yes, now find limit Sn as n tends to infinity ma. This is limit u1 minus un plus 1 from as n tends to infinity. This is limit u1. u1 means what ma? One number. It is free from n. There is no n in the un ma, u1 ma. That's why limit of this as n tends to infinity is what ma? u1 itself. Minus next one is what ma? Limit un plus 1 as n tends to infinity. Here n we got, that's why I am taking separate limit ma. This limit is same thing. This limit I wrote here ma. But here once come on to this number 1 ma. Okkasari number 1 observe cheyandi. I think madam explained in sequences this word ma. If suppose, forgot this ma, that ma. If suppose sequence Sn is converges to L ma, I am writing this tends to L means converges to L for my convenience. If sequence Sn is converges to L ma, generally we are writing limit Sn as n tends to infinity is equal to L. Okay na? Limit is L ma, then you say sequence is convergent. Here Sn is general term in that sequence ma. That's why we are writing limit Sn as n tends to infinity is L ma. But it is not compulsory to write Sn only. If you want you can write here limit Sn plus 1 as n tends to infinity is also L ma. No problem at all. Limit Sn plus 2 as n tends to infinity is also L ma. No problem at all. Limit Sn minus 1 as n tends to infinity is also L ma. No problem. Here for any general term limit should be what ma? L. Then only we say limit Sn is L or sequence Sn is converges to L ma. Understood or not ma? Sequence Sn converges to L ante only nth term limit L ani kaadu. దీంట్లో ఈ సిరీస్ ఈ సీక్వెన్స్లో ఏ జనరల్ టర్మ్ తీసుకున్నా కూడా దాని లిమిట్ ఏంటమ్మా? ఎల్ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడే మనం సీక్వెన్స్ Sn కన్వర్జెస్ టు ఎల్ అంటాము. మనం ఒక ప్రాసెస్ కోసం ఓన్లీ nth టర్మ్ అని పెట్టుకున్నాం. లిమిట్ Sn యాజ్ n టెన్స్ టు ఇన్ఫినిటీ ఈజ్ ఎల్, బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ కంపల్సరీ టు రైట్ nth టర్మ్ ఓన్లీ. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఇట్ ఫర్ n plus 1th term, n plus 2th term or n minus 1th term, whatever it may be, no problem at all. Understood? Yes, come on here ma. If limit un as n tends to infinity is L means what ma? According to this concept, what do you say? Limit un plus 1 as n tends to infinity is also what ma? L or not ma? That I am writing directly here. This is u1 minus L since from 1 antunnam. But ikkada meer confuse kaakandi, don't confuse yourself ma. Here limit un is L, sir for limit un plus 1 also written L ma. Meaning is limit un L ayindante limit un plus 1 also L, limit un plus 2 also L, all are closer to L ma. Meaning of that is what ma? All the terms from un onwards closer to together ma. All are nearer to each other ma. That maybe you can write for nth term or n plus 1th term or n plus 2th term, no problem ma. I mean if limit un as n tends to infinity is L ma, limit un plus 1 as n tends to infinity is also what ma? Same L. That I wrote here ma. Any problem with this? You can now come on to your condition ma. Here actually we find limit Sn as n tends to infinity ma. We got u1 minus L, where u1 is one real number. u1 means first term here ma, in this sequence ma. First term means one number ma. L is also one real number. So that this limit exists or not. Now we say its corresponding series this ma is convergent or not, because Sn is nth partial sum of this series ma. If limit Sn can exist ma, you say this series is what ma? Convergent. Directly I am writing here. Therefore sigma un minus un plus 1 is convergent or converges to, if you want you can write u1 minus l. Convergence point is not required here. Here simply what we have to show, this series is convergent, whatever it may be the point we shown, it is convergent whenever your sequence un is convergent ma. This completes your if only if part ma, reverse order sufficient condition part ma. Now I am going to do case 2 as a necessary condition part ma, regular order of the statement. What is that? This implies this, you have to proceed ma. If series ma un minus un plus 1 sigma un minus un plus 1 is convergent, then we have to show that sequence un is also convergent. This is your statement, right? First take this ma. It is convergent means what ma? If you can define nth partial sum of it ma, if you can define nth partial sum of it ma, it should be what ma? Convergence or not ma. That word I am proceeding, but first I am going to take this ma. Given that sigma un minus un plus 1 series is convergent, right? You can now take nth partial sum of it as Sn, then Sn should be what ma? Convergence or limit Sn exist or not, that I am writing in the next step ma. Let Sn be the nth partial sum of, same this word ma, sigma un minus un plus 1. This implies limit Sn as n tends to infinity exist. For our convenience we are taking, means let limit Sn as n tends to infinity is equal to L dash ma, right? Amma limit Sn exist అయ్యిందంటే ఏదో సమ్ రియల్ నెంబర్ వస్తుందమ్మా, ఆ రియల్ నెంబర్ ఏమంటున్నాను నేను ఎల్ డాష్గా తీసుకున్నానమ్మా. ఎనీ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఇస్ దర్, ఇక్కడ ఎల్గా తీసుకున్నాం కాబట్టి వెరైటీ కోసం ఎల్ డాష్గా తీసుకున్నామమ్మా, రైట్? బట్ ఆల్రెడీ వీ ప్రొసీడ్ ఎస్ఎన్ నెంబర్ 2గా తీసుకున్నాం సింప్లిఫైడ్. ఇఫ్ ఎస్ఎన్ ఈజ్ nth partial sum of this ma, then ఎస్ఎన్ సింప్లిఫైడ్ is what ma? This or not? Directly I proceed that here ma. This implies limit as n tends to infinity, Sn is what ma? u1 minus un plus 1 is equal to L dash since from 2. ఒక్కసారి రిలేషన్ నెంబర్ 2 చూసుకోండి, మీకే అర్థమవుతుంది. Sn ప్లస్లో రీప్లేస్ చేసినాము, రైట్? ఎస్, ఇక్కడ బోర్డ్ సఫిషియెంట్గా లేదు, జస్ట్ ఐ వాంట్ రైట్ హియర్ ఫ్యూ లైన్స్ మా, జస్ట్ ట్రై టు అడ్జస్ట్ మా, రైట్? Now limit u1 is what ma? u1 only, because u1 is one number, right? Minus limit un plus 1 as n tends to infinity is equal to what ma? L dash. Any problem is there? In the next step, take this one to this side, L dash to this side ma. From this you can write limit un plus 1 as n tends to infinity is equal to u1 minus L dash. Any problem is there? Suppose ఇది ఏదో సమ్ Sn అనుకుందాం. If limit Sn is equal to u1 minus L dash, which is one real number ma, then this sequence Sn is convergent or not, right? ఇక్కడ Sn అంటమ్మా un plus 1 is n plus 1th term. It is true for nth term also. That means limit un plus 1 as n tends to infinity is exist ma. Then what do you say? Sequence un is convergence or not? అమ్మ ఇక్కడ లిమిట్ n ప్లస్ 1th టర్మ్కి వచ్చిందమ్మా, మనం n ప్లస్ 1th టర్మ్కి రాసినా nth టర్మ్కి రాసినా కాన్సెప్ట్లో చేంజ్ కాదు. సీక్వెన్స్ un కన్వర్జెన్స్ మీన్స్ వాట్ మా? లిమిట్ un ఎగ్జిస్ట్ ఆర్ లిమిట్ un ప్లస్ 1 ఎగ్జిస్ట్, ఎనీథింగ్ యూ కెన్ టేకెన్. హియర్ వీ గాట్ limit un plus 1 as n tends to infinity is some real number ma. From this what do you say ma? Sequence un is converges to u1 minus L dash ma. Understood or not ma? Whatever it may be convergent point ma, here we got sequence un is convergent. Whenever this series is convergent, we proved this sequence is also convergent ma. This completes your case 2, and this is about total thing ma. Whenever sigma un minus un plus 1 is convergent ma, if and only if sequence un is always convergent ma. If and only if condition is possible there ma. This is one special theorem in this case ma. Now let us see theorem number 2 ma, second theorem. If sigma un is converges to capital A, converges to A, and sigma vn is converges to B, then prove that sigma un plus vn, sigma un plus vn is converges to A plus B. If sigma un is converges to A and sigma vn is converges to B, then prove that sigma un plus vn is converges to A plus B. I think you understood statement meaning ma. Meaning of the above statement is as property wise, sum of two convergent series again convergent ma. Sum of two convergent series again convergent ma. Their convergent also, convergent point of that sum of the series is sum of individual convergent point of the series ma. Understood or not ma? Here actual property meaning is the addition of two convergent series again convergence ma, or sum sum of two convergent series is again convergent. That is the meaning of above statement ma. But theoretically we have to show it ma. But remember one thing ma, not only here ma, in our total real analysis ma, it is not compulsory to give these notations only ma. They may give any notations. Here instead of un they may give xn ma. If sigma xn is converges to some small x, if sigma yn is converges to some small y, then prove that sigma xn plus yn is converges to x plus y. Like that also they may ask. Notations are not compulsory, right? Any notation they may give ma. That's why logical concept is very important. Ive notations ఇవ్వాలని మట్టుకు రూల్ ఏం లేదు. ఏవైనా notations కూడా ఎగ్జామ్లో ఇవ్వచ్చు, right? Yes. You can now come on to the proof ma. Before going to start our main proof ma, here these two are convergent series na. First I want to define their nth partial sums ma. Whenever we come across convergence of the series ma, you must go through nth partial sum of that series ma. First I want to define them ma. I mean, for my convenience I want to take capital AN be the nth partial sum of sigma un and some capital Bn is the nth partial sum of sigma Vn, right? But whenever An is nth partial sum of this sigma An ma, is it An is this or not? u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on plus un. Any problem is there? In the similar way, whenever Bn is nth partial sum of this series ma, then Bn should be what here ma? v1 plus v2 plus v3 plus so on plus vn. Let it be combination of these two things as some relation number 1, these two combination ma, right? You can now go to your given relations ma. In the above relation, the given sigma un is converges to A ma. Whenever sigma un is converges to A and An is nth partial sum of your sigma un ma, is it limit An is A or not? In the similar way, if sigma Vn is converges to B and Bn is nth partial sum of sigma Vn ma, then is it limit Bn is B or not? Those words I am going to proceed in the next step ma, right? sigma un is converges to A and sigma vn is converges to B. This implies limit an as n tends to infinity is equal to A, because an is nth partial sum of this series and limit bn as n tends to infinity is B, because Bn is nth partial sum of this series take these two combination as number 2 right. Now come on to required condition. What we have to show we have to show this series is converges to A plus B. When do you say this series is converges to A plus B let us take nth part sum of this series and find its limit If that limit value is A plus B, then you say this series is converges to A plus B right. For that cause, in the next step I want to take Sn is nth partial sum of this series right. Let Sn be the nth partial sum of sigma un plus vn right. From this you can write Sn Sn is what u1 plus v1 first term plus u2 plus v2 second term in your this series plus so on, plus last term is what un plus vn. This is your Sn right. Here in the next step I want to take one combination is u terms and other combination is v terms I mean I am writing above relation as like this u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on plus un. This is one combination. Next combination is what v1 plus v2 plus v3 plus so on plus vn right. But already you know this total sum is what an and this total sum is what bn according to number 1. Yes, substitute those results here substitute them here This is an plus bn. Since from 1 once see your 1 easily you can understand according to relation number 1 this is an and this is bn right. This is simplified Sn result Now find limit Sn as n tends to infinity, means take limit as n tends to infinity on both sides then it is what limit an as n tends to infinity plus limit bn as n tends to infinity. Any problem is there? But what is limit an as n tends to infinity It is A. And what is limit bn as n tends to infinity B according to number 2 since from 2. Now limit Sn as n tends to infinity is A plus B and Sn is nth partial sum of this series By the definition what do you say this series is converges to A plus B or not. Therefore sigma un plus vn is converges to A plus B. This is about your theorem number 2 right. Any problem with this? In the similar way I want to go for theorem number 3 also. If sigma un is converges to A and C belongs to R, C or K, anything they may give I am taking C here, they may give, sometimes they are giving K also. C belongs to R, then prove that sigma C into un is converges to CA. If sigma un is converges to A and C is any real number, then prove that sigma C un is converges to what C into A. I think you understood the meaning of the condition. Whenever this series is converges to A, if you can multiply with C to each and every term here, then here also you have to multiply. In the relation no change at all. That is the meaning of the above statement right. In this these lines I required previous step lines ma, previous solution lines ma. That's why I want to keep some lines as it is ma. I don't want this bn ma. Just few lines I am removing ma. I'll explain properly, no problem at all. From here you can proceed differently. Yes, see here ma. Let an be nth partial sum of your sigma un ma. Right? Let un sigma n is convergent means what ma? Take nth partial sum is an, then limit an should be what ma? A. For that cause I take an is nth partial sum of sigma un ma. Then an should be what ma? U1 plus U2 plus so on plus un. Let it be, this is number 1 ma. Right? Given that sigma un is converges to A ma. If an is nth partial sum of sigma un and sigma un is converges to A, then limit an as n tends to infinity is A or not. Let it be, this is number 2 ma. You can now come on to required condition ma. Now we have to show sigma cun is converges to Ca. When do you say sigma cun is converges to Ca ma? Let us define Sn is nth partial sum of sigma c into un ma. And if we can show limit Sn as n tends to infinity is Ca ma, then you say this series is converges to Ca. For that cause, in the next step I taken Sn is the nth partial sum of sigma cun ma. But whenever Sn is nth partial sum of sigma cun, Sn is what ma? C into u1 plus C into u2 plus C into u3 plus so on plus C into un. Any problem is there? Here first term is C into u1, n equal to 2, second term C into u2, n equal to 3, third term C into u3 and so on. That is where Sn takes sum, right? This we can rewrite as C into u1 plus u2 plus so on plus un. Any problem is there? Just I taken C common. But from this first relation, this is what ma an, substitute here ma, then this is what ma C into an. Since from relation number 1, 1C relation 1, you can easily understood ma. This is simplified Sn ma. Now find limit Sn as n tends to infinity. Limit Sn as n tends to infinity, proceed ma. It is limit C into an as n tends to infinity. But C is constant real number ma. You can take outside the limit into limit an as n tends to infinity. This is C into limit an as n tends to infinity is what ma? A or not, since from relation number 2. Okay na? Now we got limit Sn as n tends to infinity is Ca ma, where Sn is nth partial sum of this series ma. By the definition of convergence of the series, what do you say ma? This series is converges to Ca. Therefore, sigma Cun is converges to Ca. That's all. Whenever sigma un is converges to A and C is any real number ma, then sigma Cun should be converges to Ca. This is your theorem number 3 ma, right? Next proceed theorem number 4 ma. Theorem number 4 is nothing but combination of theorem number 2 and 3. What is that? Let us see ma. Theorem number 4. First I want to give statement here ma. This is important theorem. If sigma un is converges to A, if sigma un is converges to A, comma sigma vn is converges to B, and P comma Q are real numbers belongs to R. Here sometimes they are giving sigma and delta. Any notations they may give ma. It is not compulsory to give P and Q ma, right? P comma Q belongs to R. Then prove that sigma Pun plus Qvn is converges to Pa plus Qb. This is your new statement. if sigma un is converges to A and sigma vn is converges to B and also p comma q belongs to R, then prove that sigma p un plus sigma q vn, sigma p un plus q vn converges to p A plus q B ma. Right? I think it is the mixing of theorem number 2 and 3 ma. Before doing this ma, our main work ma, first proceed like this ma. Write down statement number 1 as theorem number 3. This here proceed ma. Statement number 1. Clearly I am writing proof. I don't write those things ma, just explaining ma. Statement 1. Write down this statement. If sigma un is converges to A and sigma cn and C belongs to R, then this condition write ma, and write down its proof ma. I mean you have to write theorem number 3 proof here with statement. Right? After that go for statement number 2 ma. There write theorem number 2 statement ma, and write its proof also. Here also write down proof also. Statement write and statement 1, theorem number 3 statement write down and proof write down. Statement number 2, theorem number 2 statement write and proof write. After completing that work ma, you can now come on to our main work ma, this work ma. Right? You can now go to like this ma. First take your this and this condition. Given that sigma un is converges to A and q belongs to R, this then or this implies sigma p belongs to R, no sorry, p belongs to R, this implies sigma p un is converges to P A, since from statement number 1 according to this statement they write already you written this, that right, since from statement number 1 you get this one. In the similar way, given that write second one also, sigma Vn is converges to B and Q belongs to R, then or implies whatever it may be, sigma QVn is converges to QB. Don't write reason ma, again according to same above reason ma, right? According to, since from statement number 1 only you get this second line also. After that proceed this ma. Here sigma PUN converges to PA is converges to PA and sigma QVN is converges to QB. By statement number 2, by statement number 2, this I mean theorem number 2, you can take as statement number 2, sigma PUN plus QVN, because sum of two series, this is one series, this is one series, this is one series, this is taken as sigma capital UN, this is taken as sigma capital VN. Sigma UN is converges to PA, sigma VN is converges to QB, sigma UN plus VN is converges to QA plus QB or not ma? That word we are writing ma. That's why we are mentioning this ma. By statement number 2, sigma PUN plus QVN is converges to PA plus QB. Like this you have to complete your theorem number 4 ma. But here internally you have to write this. Don't write theorem 1, 2 like this ma. Statement 1 proceed that theorem number 3 statement right and proof right ma. Statement number 2 write theorem number 2 statement and proof ma. After that go like this ma. But according to the notations you can change ma. If P other than P and Q they give ma, just replace them in the proof ma, right? According to that you can do. This is one of the important theorem in this starting stages of your infinite series ma. Yes, next theorem number 5 1 see ma. This is also important condition. Once previous exam lo vachindamma idi. Its name is necessary condition. necessary condition for convergence of the series. Its name is what ma? Necessary condition for convergence of the series. Yes, once see the statement of it ma. If sigma un is convergent, then prove that limit un as n tends to infinity is 0. This is your above statement ma. This is basically necessary condition for convergence of infinite series ma. What is that? If sigma un is convergent ma, then limit un as n tends to infinity is what ma? 0. Whenever one infinite series sigma un is convergent ma, we have to show limit of that nth term should be as n tends to infinity is what ma? 0, right? For that, first to proceed this condition ma, let us take Sn is nth partial sum of this series ma, right? And there write Sn result. After that we can proceed limit un as n tends to infinity is 0 whenever this sigma un is convergent series ma. Whenever that sigma un is convergent series ma, right? Yes. First I want to go for that actual term ma. Yes, here it is. Let Sn be the nth partial sum of sigma un. From this, what is Sn ma? u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on plus un, right? For my convenience, I need here Sn minus 1 also. Here replace n with what ma? N minus 1. If Sn is this ma, in this Sn replace n with n minus 1, you get Sn minus 1. What is that ma? u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on plus un minus 1 ma. Any problem is there? Now I want to take subtraction of these two things. I mean, I want to define Sn minus Sn minus 1 ma, right? It is Sn is what ma? u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on plus before this what we have ma? un minus 1 plus last one is what? Un. This is your Sn minus what is Sn minus 1 ma? This u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on plus un minus 1, right? Now you can cancel up to here with all these terms ma, right? At last you got Sn minus 1 is what ma? Un. I am writing that ma. This implies un is equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1 ma. Now let us take limit un as n tends to infinity. That one only we need na. That's why apply limit as n tends to infinity on both sides ma. This implies limit un as n tends to infinity is equal to what ma? Limit Sn as n tends to infinity minus limit Sn minus 1 as n tends to infinity. Let it be this is some relation number 1 ma. In the beginning stages we taken Sn is nth partial sum of sigma un ma, and sigma un is what ma? Convergent series. Convergent means is it converges to some real number or not? That real number I am going to take as L ma. I mean here I want to take sigma un is converges to L and Sn is nth partial sum of sigma un, so that limit Sn is L ma. But whenever limit Sn is L, limit Sn minus 1 is also what ma? L or not. Already I told that condition in the previous class, right? Just to go through for it ma. Given that sigma un is convergence, simply they given convergent ma, but I want to take converges to L. Convergence means it should be converges to a real number na. That real number I am taking L ma. So that here meaning here next line meaning is this one. Sigma n is converges to L, and Sn is what ma? Nth partial sum of sigma un. So that limit Sn is what ma? L or not? Limit Sn as n tends to infinity is L, and limit Sn minus 1 as n tends to infinity is also L or not ma? Absolutely correct. Because limit Sn as n tends to infinity is L means sequence Sn is converges to L. Whenever sequence Sn is converges to L, limit Sn is L, limit Sn minus 1 is L, limit Sn plus 1 is L, and so on. Any general term limit should be what ma? L. That one only I wrote here ma. Now substitute these two things here ma. Substituting 2 in 1, my big fault ma, we get limit un as n tends to infinity is equal to limit Sn is what ma? L. L minus limit Sn minus 1 is what ma? L. How much it is ma? 0. That's all. Whenever sigma un is convergent series ma, we proved limit un, limit of nth term should be what ma? 0 or not ma. That completes your necessary condition ma. I mean this condition ma. We are calling it as necessary condition for convergence of the series ma. Reason is its converse part need not be true ma. I mean whenever limit un as n tends to infinity equal to 0, it is not compulsory sigma un is convergent ma. Whenever sigma un is convergent, limit un is 0, we proved ma. But whenever limit un is 0, it is not compulsory sigma un is convergence ma. I mean I am proceeding like note here ma. Converse of above statement need not be true. Meaning of that is what ma? That is, if limit un as n tends to infinity is equal to 0, then sigma un need not be convergent. For this I am going to give one best example ma. Here I am going to take one example ma. Let us take sigma un is equal to sigma 1 by root n ma. I am taking sigma un is 1 by root n ma. Right? Here un is what ma? 1 by root n or not? Right? And what is limit un as n tends to infinity ma? As n tends to infinity, 1 by root n tends to infinity, 1 by root n tends to what ma? 0. Here we got limit un of this series is 0, but this series is not convergence due to the following reason. Clearly I am writing, but sigma un is not convergent due to the following reason. Yes, that reason is, let us take Sn is nth partial sum of this sigma un ma. Let Sn be the nth partial sum of sigma un. This implies, what is Sn, tell me? Sn is equal to u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on plus un. It is un is what here? 1 by root n, 1 by root 1 1 plus 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 3 plus so on plus 1 by root n. Any problem is there? Here un is what ma? 1 by root n. Then u1 is what ma? 1. u2 is what ma? 1 by root 2. u3 is what ma? 1 by root 3 and so on ma. Right? Here I want to form greater than relation ma. That's why each and every term I want to write in terms of last term. Already I told. If you want less than relation, write down in terms of first term ma. If you want to write greater than relation, write down in terms of last term ma. It is, this should be greater than 1 by root n plus 1 by root n plus 1 by root n plus so on plus 1 by root n. It is how many times ma? N times. I mean, is it greater than? I mean, Sn is greater than n by root n or not? Perfectly. N by root n is what? I mean, from this you can write Sn is greater than root n or not ma? Any doubt here? Once find the limit of root n ma, but limit root n as n tends to infinity, calculate this limit ma. Is it infinity or not ma? Basically this Sn is greater than root n ma. If this smaller value limit is not exist, then comparing to this bigger value limit is exist? No, it is not exist ma. Understand endale ma? Root n అనేది Sn కన్నా స్మాల్ వాల్యూ. ఈ రూట్ n కేస్ దీనికన్నా స్మాల్ వాల్యూకే లిమిట్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ కానప్పుడు Sn కి కూడా లిమిట్ 100% ఎగ్జిస్ట్ కాదు, బికాజ్ Sn is greater than root n ma. Therefore limit Sn as n tends to infinity is not exist or infinity. Any order you can write ma. Understood or not ma? Sn is greater than root n, but root n limit is not exist, so that comparing to this greater value limit is also not exist. Very simple concept ma. Basically Sn is what here ma? Nth partial sum of this series ma, and its limit is not exist. Then what do you say ma? This implies sigma un, which is what ma? 1 by root n, is divergent or not convergent. Any way you can write. Here actually limit un is 0, but sigma un is what ma? Divergent ma. But whenever sigma un is convergent ma, 100% limit un is 0 ma, but whenever limit un is 0, sigma un here we got divergent ma. Ila compulsory kuda kadamma. If you want, if you can go through one example already we discussed ma. Sigma un equal to sigma 1 by 3 power n. We proceed na. This is convergent series. Already in the previous class I explained this ma. Find here limit ma. Un is what? 1 by 3 power n. Then limit un as n tends to infinity is what ma? Is it 0 or not? As n tends to infinity 1 by 3 power n tends to what ma? 0. Here limit un is 0 and sigma un is convergent. Here limit un is 0 and sigma un is divergent ma. That means whenever limit un is 0, sigma un may or may not convergent ma. Convergent avvachu kakapovachu. But whenever sigma un is convergent, 100% limit un is 0, but converge need not be true ma. Right? This is about complete theorem number 5 related work ma. Right? Here one small condition also I want to explain ma. Whenever limit un equal to 0 ma, sigma un may or may not convergence. Sometimes it is convergence and sometimes it is divergent ma. But if suppose limit un as n tends to infinity is not equal to 0, we taken one series sigma un ma, right, and we find limit un as n tends to infinity, we are not getting 0 ma. Then 100% sigma un is divergent or not convergent ma. If limit un equal to 0 ma, then sigma un need not be convergence means what ma? Sigma un sometimes convergent, sometimes divergent ma. But whenever limit un is not equal to 0 ma, then sigma un never be convergent, it is always divergent ma. I mean whenever we are doing some problems ma, test for convergence of some sigma un series they given ma, we taken un separately and we find limit un as n tends to infinity, we are not getting 0 ma. Then 100% that series is what ma? Divergent series ma. Right? Whenever limit of the nth term of the series is not equal to 0, then 100% that series is what ma? Divergent series ma. Right? For that I want to give one small example ma. Especially for this case I want to go through a small example like problem ma, so that easily you can understand the concept of that last condition ma. It is test for convergence of, I am taking like problem ma, test for convergence of or discuss convergence or divergence of sigma n plus 1 by n plus 2. Series is what ma? N plus 1 by n plus 2. This series nature you have to discuss ma. I mean decide ma, whether it is convergence or divergence ma. Right? And for that, first take your given series as sigma un. What is sigma un ma? Sigma n plus 1 by n plus 2. Right? From this un is what ma? N plus 1 by n plus 2. In the numerator take n common, in the denominator take n common ma. n into 1 plus 1 by n. In the denominator also take n common ma, 1 plus 2 by n ma. This n gets cancelled. This is simplified un ma. Now find limit un as n tends to infinity ma. Take separate limit ma. Limit 1 plus 1 by n as n tends to infinity whole by limit 1 plus 2 by n as n tends to infinity. This is limit 1 is 1 plus limit as n tends to infinity 1 by n tends to 0 whole by 1 plus 0. Any problem is there? Limit 1 is 1, limit 2 by n as n tends to infinity is 0. How much you got here ma? 1. 1 plus 0 by 1 plus 0 is what ma? 1. Is it 1 is not equal to 0 or not? Perfectly we got a non-zero real number. I mean limit un as n tends to infinity is not equal to 0. By this property, what do you say ma? The sigma un series is always what ma? Divergence or not. Therefore, sigma un is divergent. This is this related condition ma? Question ma? Here once look, when do you apply this condition in the problematic area? That is the major one, because in further stages so many conditions test will get ma. Which test or which condition in which situation you have to apply, that is the major one in this infinite series under problematic part ma. This property when do you apply in the problematic part ma? There it is very simple ma. Once go to your un ma, in sigma un series once go to your un ma, numerator's maximum n power is same as denominator's maximum n power. Here maximum n power is 1, here maximum n power is 1 ma. In that situation you have to go through this condition only. Simplify it and find limit un ma. 100% you get not equal to 0, 100% it is divergent ma. But don't write directly it is divergent. You have to do like this ma. Understood or not ma? But when do you apply this condition ma? In un ma, numerator's maximum power of n is same as denominator's maximum power of n ma. Then you can proceed this condition. One more question I will proceed so that easily you can understand ma. Test for convergence of sigma 1 plus n plus 3n cube, sorry 3n power 4 for my convenience I am taking whole by n square plus n power 4 plus n cube. They given like this, anything they may give like this ma. To apply this condition, once see your question ma. What is the numerator's maximum power here? 4. What is denominator's maximum power here? 4. Numerator's maximum power is same as denominator's maximum power. There you have to apply this condition. Blindly you have to remember this condition ma, right? For that you can go through same like previous questions ma. Let sigma un ma, what is that? Sigma 1 plus n plus 3 plus n power 4 by n square plus n power 4 plus n cube ma. This implies un, let us do ma, what is that? 1 plus n plus 3 n power 4 by n square plus n power 4 plus n cube, right? Now in the numerator maximum power n, maximum nth term, denominator's maximum nth term take common ma. un is equal to, in the numerator you can take n power 4 common. What is the remaining result? 1 by n power 4 plus 1 by n cube plus 3 whole by, in the denominator also maximum power n, maximum power take ma, n power 4. It is what ma, n square by n power 4 is 1 by n square plus 1 by n, because n cube by n power 4 ma. We are dividing with n power 4 clearly. These two things gets cancelled ma. Now find limit here ma. Limit un as n tends to infinity. Directly I am doing. As n tends to infinity, 1 by n power 4 limit is what ma? 0. Plus 1 by n cube limit is what ma? 0. Plus 3 limit is 3 whole by, here what ma? 0 plus here it is what ma? 1 plus 0. How much you got ma? 3 by 1 3, which is not equal to 0. Here limit un as n tends to infinity is not equal to 0 due to this cause. What do you say ma? Therefore sigma un is divergent. But in the examination ma, they don't give this condition. Using this condition verify whether it is convergence or divergence, like that they don't give ma. Simply they give the question. After looking the question, you have to recognize which condition you have to use. So many conditions will get in the further stages ma. Clearly I am telling, to proceed this condition ma, In the UN, maximum numerator power should be same as maximum denominator's power. Then 100% have to use this ma. You get your conclusion, and answer should always diverge in such case ma. Right? This is about your problematic part and related to theorem number 5.